Yo, what's up guys, my name is Severman and welcome back to another video on my channel. So before we start with the video, I just wanted to say that you can support me now on Patreon, it's linked in the description. In return you'll get in-depth feedback on your music, and if you pick the second package you will get one-on-one coaching session per month with me via Discord or Skype or whatever. But yeah, now let's get started with the actual video. So today I will be showing you how I created my new track called Westway together with BECH and Annamarie Rosanio on the vocals. So let's dive right into the FLP. Alright, so we'll actually start this walkthrough from the bottom, not from the top, because we have the vocals at the bottom. And the reason why I'm starting with the vocals is because I want to say I have already made a video separately on the vocals. So if you want to know how we process these vocals, feel free to check that one out. It's called How to Process Vocals, I believe. Just check it out on my channel. So yeah, solely we got these vocals right here for the breaks.
I know better than to hold my breath, wait for you. If I'm all you wanted, black and white, know you're my worst part.
So that's what the vocals sound like solely. So we have quite a few atmosphere sounds in here, like ambient sounds. So we have some from cymatics. So these, for instance, sound like that.
Wait for you.
They're relatively quiet just in the background, and these ambient sounds are sounds that I would say are kind of overlooked the most in a progressive house break because they're not part of your main elements. Obviously, you know, you usually have your vocals, you have your bass line, your chords, and that's then already it. Like, these are the main elements, but what you might be missing out on are these ambient sounds, and these are really important to also fill out the background of your track, as you can see also in this case. So yeah, these are like two ambient sounds that we have here. Then we have one more here. Another one here. Then of course we also have like some FX sounds, like basic Cashmere impact here. These really help to, like, you know, transition into different parts of the song. So this just helps to transition into the beginning of the song, obviously, into the first chorus. Then we have another atmosphere sound here. So then we have our bass line. And at the beginning of the song, like in the first chorus, we went for a like long notes bass line, kind of. So these notes, as you can see, are playing over a length of 2 bars each. So usually you just have your standard chords where you play 1 bar for each chord, but here we have two bars for 1 note, and this created a more relaxed vibe at the beginning of the song. And then later on we're changing it up, we're kind of making the bass line, the chords quicker, but we're gonna talk about that later. So yeah, the bass line solely sounds like this. So yeah, that's a basic preset from Spire, the Kung Fu preset. It's kind of being used in a lot of tracks, I think. So it's not that unique, but it got that really nice, fat, wide, also mysterious character that I really wanted for this break. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the bass. Then we have what's quite important for this break is this ARP plug thing that we have, which sounds like this. So this one is a plug from Spire as well. Also nothing special with this. It's also a preset from the factory bank. I usually actually just use presets from the factory bank because that's all I need, to be honest. I think I don't have any like third-party presets at all for Spire. So ARP and bassline together will sound like that. Then we have the chords, of course. Obviously you don't want to miss out on the chords. So we just went for a basic piano, as always in progressive house, piano of course. So as you can see, it's just the true pianos. That's what I like to use a lot in my tracks, as you might know already from my videos. So then we have some more like FX sounds or like tiny sounds in the background. So also here a cymatics reverse tonal sound, it's called. Then we have also a top piano here. You know, it just plays that one note, but it really kind of creates this call response thing. I feel like dun, 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 dun. Also really helps to, you know, fill out the break, make it more emotional. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it with like the first 8 bars of the break.
Better than to hold my breath, wait for you.
So yeah, again, nothing crazy. I feel like there's never anything crazy in my tracks. So that's what I always say. It's always about just picking the right sounds, picking the right chords, the right melody and stuff, and obviously mixing everything correctly. And by the way, actually, I also wanted to tell at the beginning, but I forgot. I will make, after this one, I will post a separate video where I'll be talking specifically about the mixing, because a lot of you guys also, you know, ask me how I mix and master my songs. So after this one, I will make a separate video on how to mix and master EDM. So definitely stay tuned. So yeah, let's have a look at the next 8 bars. So I think we're introducing some orchestral or like cinematic drums right here.
You're lost in black and white. No, you're mine.
Yeah, these also really help to kind of push the track forward and to keep it interesting. Then we're also adding another violin layer that also plays that arp that we have with the plug from Spire. And then we have one more ambient sound. And some downlifters. Then that's it with the first verse of our song. Then we're dropping into the chorus, and then the chorus is where like a lot of stuff's changing. So for instance, we're introducing the leads, we're introducing a kick drum in order to really push the track forward, to build some tension. We're adding some more drums, I guess. So let's just have a look at what we actually added here. So yeah, we were introducing the kick drum using a low pass filter and some volume automation. Then we have a clap. Some shakers, some more drums like rides, etc. Yeah, then as I said before, then we're switching up the chords and we're making them like quicker, shorter notes. So I think this is also something that makes the song kind of special, is we're not using the same chords throughout the entire track, but we're changing them up. So for instance, you know, at the beginning, again, we have those long chords. Then in the, the chorus, we have actually the ending of the drop. So for instance, in the drop, I change the chords up again, actually. And then, yeah, in the chorus, I'm just using like the end part of the drop, actually. So we're really keeping the track interesting by changing up the chords. So then we're fading out our plug arp using a low pass filter. What else do we have? Let me see. Yeah, of course, as I said, we're introducing our leads. Also using a low pass filter and volume automation. And then we're also adding some ambient sounds from the drop right here. And then some more drums right here.
And I'll let you kiss it better. Tear stains on my sweatshirt. Love too hard to
Then we're dropping into the build up.
give you all I've got scars. Can't forget you, yeah, you made your mark.
So here we're obviously adding our build up drums, some like a snare loop that I like to use. Then we're adding some more snares in the background. Okay, this one's actually muted, so just forget about this one. But here we have some more like clap FX sound.
Give you all I
Another ride down here.
can't forget. Yeah, you made your mark. Think I
Some uplifters right here to create even more tension.
love you in the worst way.
So also here for the build up, nothing really special. Is there anything I forgot? I don't think so. Let me see. Yeah, actually in the last 4 bars we're staying on 1 chord.
Handed you my best days. On my knees, said please stay. I love.
Felt like this also helps to create more tension right before the drop.
Handed you my best days. On my knees, said please stay. I
Oh yeah, that's it with the build up. Then we're heading into the drop. So yeah, this is probably the most important part for you guys, I guess, the drop. So let's check it out. So the kick drum that we have in this project file is from a reveal pack, I guess. Yeah. Also, some of you guys have been asking me how I process my kick drums. And to be honest, it's not really about how you process your kick drum in order to get a good kick sound in your mix. It's more about like what sample you actually take in the first place, because I barely actually do any processing. Okay, on this track I actually did more processing than I would usually do, but still. So let's just have a quick look at the processing. So what I did here is I boosted the 130 Hz a tiny bit, and generally like the sub area a bit, or the bass area below like 200 Hz a bit, in order to have less of that clicky sound, because I felt like that it was quite like clicky already from the beginning. Also you can see it in the sample, it has quite a harsh transient, so that's kind of how I reduced the transient a little bit. Then also with the compressor, this one helped to reduce that transient some more. Then I added a bit crusher. It's also something that I like to have on my kick drum. You know, it's also just like slightly on it, but it adds some nice spark to the high end. I think I really like that effect. Then we have the filter for our automation in the break and build up, and this one is for the intro, I guess, and outro. So it's not being used on the drop. Also, one thing that I actually want to really make clear is I don't recommend low cutting the kick drum, because it's also sometimes, like I hear that when guys send me tracks for feedback, is you rather low cut your kick too high and then it like sub and then it sounds very thin. And if you know, pick a kick, or if you cut away too much bass from a kick drum, it will ruin the whole drop. So also when you low cut your kick drum, what happens is that you mess up your face or the tail. For instance, if you were to low cut your kick at 30 Hz or whatever, what will happen is it won't stay in this position right here, if that makes sense. For instance, what usually will happen is it will get longer, and if you sidechain your sub bass according to your kick drum, like you have it in here, it won't work anymore, because it will make the kick drum longer, your low cut, and then you're messing up the mixing of your kick and sub. So I don't actually recommend low cutting your kick. Also, I don't recommend low cutting your master. There's some tricks to get rid of those phasing issues and stuff by using a what is it called, linear phase EQ. But with a linear phase EQ, it can also happen that you remove bass and like punch, and it will change the sound a bit. So I would just recommend to leave the low cut out. Yeah, then here we have a clap on the kick drum. Nothing special. Then I think this is the bass line. Yeah, for the individual layers we got also Spire here, drill bass preset, and this one also drill bass, the first one. And then we have a third one which is not working for some reason. and the sub bass from 3x oscillator that I always use for the sub bass. Just a sine wave with a higher octave in the second oscillator, so we're basically covering 2 octaves with 2 sine waves. Then what I also did, which is like worth mentioning I guess, is I added some big room kick drums to the low end or to the bass line. By the way, if you can hear someone snoring, it's my cat. I'm not sure if you can see him. Well, I just leave him sleeping, I guess. But we were talking about the big room kicks. So these help to make the low end a bit fatter and they add some harmonics to it. You need to be careful also with these because, you know, you don't want to mess up your low end. So what I did was I low cut these to get rid of the sub. So I low cut these at, what is it, 100 Hz or something. Yeah, then let's check out the chords. So for the chords, I just used 1 spire. Also here, just the basic stuff, low and high cut here. Low cut at 130 Hz. Some low mids boosting here, dipping out the 170 Hz a tiny bit. Making them less wide because I felt like they were too wide out of the synth. And filter automation, just some reverb. Sidechain, so nothing crazy here, no special effects on here. Then we have some FX sounds here. So just add some nice high end to the drop. Then we got some type of tom. Then we got some more FX claps. I think I already showed these like in the build up. Atmosphere sounds, a snare. Then we got the ambient sounds again. And then here we have the leads. So let me also show you the individual layers for the leads. So let me actually show you the leads at all first. So for the leads we have a bunch of layers actually. A bunch of Nexus layers. I'm not gonna go through all of the individual presets. Jeez, the chair's making also quite some noise. So yeah, let me just show you how I process these. So first of all, I had an OTT on here, which is not working anymore for some reason. And then some EQing here, boosting the low mids a bit, like the 600 Hz range. Low and high cut here, again, just the basic stuff, sidechain. So again, it's always about picking the right presets. And like when it comes to lead layering, it's kind of hard to give a formula because how I do is I just try out presets and I see if I like them, and if I do like them, I keep them, and you know, I just do that until I feel like now I have a nice full lead sound. And yeah, so that's all I can say for the leads here in this track. Then we have this piano for the chords. It's also true pianos. Then we have some more FX sounds to add some more high end to the drop, and these always help to glue everything together a bit. Then a clap here and a ride, I guess. So these follow the rhythm of the melody. And we got some snares here. Yeah, then I added this Nexus synth right here that just plays 1 note. Also in the rhythm of the melody. It's the square lead 1, I think. And yeah, that's actually it with everything in the first drop, like the first half. Then we're adding some more claps right here and a cymbal loop. So then we're dropping into this add-on part or like outro part of the first drop where we're having the vocal chops here, which I think also makes the song a bit more unique. So yeah, these vocal chops were created using the SliceX, I think. So SliceX just chops up your vocal, creates like little snippets, and then we just, you know, picked some random like snippets, put them together, pitched them, And then we created this cool vocal chop right here that we added at the end of the drop. And then at this part, we just have the bass line and the chords fading out using a low-pass filter. So yeah, that's actually with the complete drop now. So now let's have a look at the second break.
Tell myself it happens.
Yeah, so first of all, we're having a bunch of downlifters and FX sounds again in order to create that smooth transition into the second break.
Tell myself it happens. It's not my fault.
Yeah, then what's also, that was pretty much the major difference between the two breaks is that in the second break, we pretty much just closed down the filter for our ARP plug right here. So if you remember correctly, in the first break was open actually. Yeah, I felt like closing it down in the second break just created a more, I don't know, special vibe, more emotional even.
Tell myself it happens. It's not, it's. Pray she's got you locked in.
And then also at this part we're having the drop kick in and not the cinematic drums from the first break. So this is also like one of the major differences that we have. Then what I also added in the second break are these strings. So we got one staccato layer. It's from this plugin. And then the sustained one is from Flex. So yeah, then we're dropping into the chorus again, and then in the chorus we're dropping out the kick drum again. So there's also a difference. In the first chorus we have the kick drum coming in, but then in the second break we actually have the kick drum dropping out, and this is where we also create variation again because, you know, we didn't have that before, so keeps the song fresh, I guess.
Take the blame and let it eat at what I'm left with. Don't think you would get it.
Yeah, as you can see in here, we're actually using the orchestral drums then at this part in the chorus.
Give you all I've got scars.
Then in the second build-up, we're staying on one note or one chord completely. So in the first build-up, we only had that one chord at the right before the drop, in the last 4 bars before the drop, and then the second build-up is completely on one chord.
Give you all I've got scars. Can't forget you, yeah, you made your mark. Think I handed you my.
It's basically all the same sounds from the first build-up. So yeah, that's it with this walkthrough. Let's just have a listen again to the second drop real quick. Nice, okay, so that's it. Again, remember, you can support me now on Patreon. Just check out the link in the description. Also, of course, don't forget to stream the song on your favorite platform, Spotify, whatever, YouTube, of course. Yeah, that's it with this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure to comment with your feedback, subscribe if you haven't, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.